Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Tristan Comer of Freeland Football. How's it going, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, what a good start to the season, getting a big win week one. Any time that you could start a season with a win is always good. But what was it like just to go in 1-0 heading into this week?
It's great. I mean, in the first half, we had all of our starters get in and get good reps. And then in the second half, we were able to get some of the other guys, the second string, third string in, and they were able to get good reps. So games like that are really good for building depth on the team.
Yeah. I also kind of talk about like just the from your sophomore year to your junior year, what have you seen the biggest improvement in? This can be either on the field or it could be off the field.
Um, I'd say our biggest improvement would be the number of weapons that we have on the field
Yeah.
because last year we had our guys, we had Sam, we had Ty, we had Bray. But now, I mean, last game, every single one of our running backs got a chance to go in. We got some amazing passing options this year, and Xander Wheatley and Jacob Clausen and Wilson Huckabee. So, I mean, right now, the sky's the limit for us.
Yeah. I think also for you, and then same question, but this is just for you personally. What have you noticed just this year, just in yourself?
Um, in myself, I would have to say I'm starting to put everything I have into sports because, like, for instance, last year, I did 7 hours of classes during school. This year, I decided to take a 0 hour and get a lift in every single day. So I'm really all in this year.
Yeah. Um, and I know that also you're kind of you're a junior this year, so I know the recruiting process is kind of starting to ramp up for you. I know you've been busy trying to go crisscross the country to visit a few places. What how and this is just a general question, but this is kind of the outside topic here, but how have you like handled the recruiting process?
Um, I've handled the recruiting process by trying to talk to as many coaches as possible. I'm not burning any bridges. Um, I like to listen to what everybody has to say because never know what might be the best fit. Um, I like to talk a lot of things over with my family.
Yeah.
Uh, they have my back a lot of the time, well, all the time. So it's always good to get their opinions whenever I make a big decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so back to this season. I know you're just remind everybody what position you play.
I play tight end, tackle, and defensive end.
Okay. So you're on both sides of the ball. What can you just describe what that's like for a player? Like for someone that someone is on the offensive line and the defensive line, because though that get I know that can get pretty tiring for people, but how do you kind of handle that?
I think my coaches have handled it really well for me because I'm not on kickoff, I'm not on kick return, um, I'm not on PAT, and the other guys on the team, they're able to go out there and they do their job and they do it really well, which gives me enough break to not be winded every time I'm on the field. And then for me personally, it's really helpful because as a defender, I know what the offensive guy is thinking, and while I'm on offense, I know what the defender's trying to do. Just because I block and I attack the same positions on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Um, what I don't, obviously every position is difficult there and it's always fun to play, but what's harder, being an offensive lineman or being a defensive
Um, I'd have to say an offensive lineman. I mean, defense, you have the same responsibilities for each call every time. But on offense, you have to adjust to everything at the line of scrimmage based on what the defense does. Like in practice, you can go over a certain play four different ways of how they're going to defend it, and then the game could be completely different.
line? Okay. I got to ask you, I know being a part of Freeland football is, you guys have had a lot of success over the years, especially, with the almost 2 decades plus of under Coach Townsend's leadership and all that stuff. But what has it been like just to be a part of this program, just the amount of history that it's had, and just being a part of being coached by Coach Townsend and all
I mean, I've absolutely loved it. He he's so knowledgeable about the game, and he's not afraid to share it with us. He knows when to be hard on us. He knows when we're doing things right, and he just steps back and lets us kind of coach the team. Um, I think he is one of the best coaches I've ever had.
that. Yeah. How do you how the other thing is this, like, how have you how do you like mentally get ready for a game, just from a mental standpoint?
Um, mentally, I like to prepare by just really sitting by myself and thinking about how the game's gonna go and what I want to happen when I'm out there. I'm not up. I'm not dancing around. I'm not doing this and that. I'm there. I have a job to do, and I'm focused.
Yeah. Of course, the big talk about the upcoming job this week. Of course, that is of course, Bridgeport's coming. That is, of course, the opponent this week as you guys begin division play. What's that going to be like? Is obviously there are tougher opponents coming for you guys down the road, but it starts off with this week. How do you feel? What do you guys feel like you got to do to win week 2 and stay 2-0 and heading into week 3?
This week we can't take anything lightly. I mean, if we goof around this week, we'll goof around next week, and it'll just snowball. So we have to stay focused every single week, regardless of who the opponent is. Um, we just have to stay on top of it, or things get out of hand.
Yeah. All right. Tristan, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Yes, sir.
What is on your playlist? I must ask that.
My playlist.
Yeah.
I'm a big indie rock type of guy.
Okay.
My songs are Pitbull Goes to the Club and Drifting. I know Drifting is by an artist called Good Kid. I'm a big Dominic Fike fan, and I'm forgetting the name of another band, but
Yeah.
big indie rock guy.
Okay. Best football moment from your high school career so far?
So far, my favorite high school moment was my sophomore year in the season opener against Claire when it was one of the last possessions of the game. I was at that left defensive end, and I followed a running back out in coverage. And when they threw him the ball, I was able to get a strip, and I was able to let Ty go ahead, and Ty was able to go and scoop and score.
Yeah. I remember that because I believe we had Ty on that week.
Yeah,
So who's like the biggest mentor that you go to? This can be, and this has to be player wise. Like who's like the one person that really helped you the most throughout your high school career?
player wise, you said.
Yeah.
Um, Player wise, it'd have to be Jake Mativa. Me and him, we got a really tight bond. We've been playing together since youth, so we know each other really well. We like to throw. We like to throw with each other in the summers. Um, we usually invite up some of the other guys, but we just have a really close bond. He's actually at the end of the practices because we both play both ways. He holds me accountable, make sure that we both get the some extra conditioning into.
Absolutely. Um, and then finally, like, what's your all-time favorite movie?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would have to go with Jurassic World. I'm a big
Okay,
dinosaur fan too, so
absolutely.
Jurassic World's got to be my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tristan, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck the rest of this season, and best of luck against Bridgeport this week. And we'll look forward to having you on again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.